Hello, my name is Michael Couch. I'm part of the Micah DMIN program at New York Theological Seminary. I'm just going to show a couple clips of our road trip when we traveled from Memphis, Tennessee to Birmingham, Alabama. Some of the great historic sites about the struggle of the civil rights movement. And we just want to share a couple highlights of that. We hope you enjoy what you see, and maybe one day you can take this same journey back home.
I'm here today standing on the banks of the Black Bayou, located in Glendora, Mississippi, which has turned into this day a swamp, and we're standing in the basin of the infamous Black Bayou that has harbored many of murderers. If these waters could talk, what would they say? If these cypress could talk, what would they say?
Diarrhea and dysentery, a very serious illness. The medicines that they had at that time were relatively ineffective, and large numbers of men died from diarrhea and dysentery. And I mentioned to some, during the war, we say 620,000 men died. They killed, wounded, and missing. Over half of them are dying of disease and illness. The most common illness is diarrhea and dysentery. The medicines they had at that time were relatively ineffective, and they ran out of medicine. They ran out of medicine.
How did you die from that?
Beg your pardon?
Dehydration. Oh,
And then I take that a little bit further. 620,000 men died, and some people say it should be 700,000. But 620,000. Every day, 420 men dying on the average. Every day for 4 years. And think about that. The population, only 30 million at that time. That's 1/10 of what we have today. And I was mentioning some others. Today, for something comparable, it would be 4,200 men dying every day. How long would we stand it? The people were getting tired. They were getting more. They wanted to quit.
They were dying of dysentery?
Well, over half are dying of disease and illness, and the most common, the most common illness. So just how many are dying of dysentery, I don't know. But it's a significant number. It's
What is it? Like chronic diarrhea?
The Bible Teaching College in 1900, and then transitioned into the current name in 1966. Its emphasis had been on ministry and mission, openness to both men, women, and diversity in denomination and cultural tradition represented along its student body. Whereas the New York Theological Seminary is a diverse and inclusive community of learning with a history-urban focus, with Christ as its center, with an circumstance informed by a biblical witness and Christian thought and tradition. The seminary prepared women and men for the practice of ministry and congregation in cities and in the world. Whereas the seminary will always embrace and increase diversity, constituency, and community while challenging them to achieve a greater degree of love and justice in the world. And whereas the New York Theological Seminary offers a wide array of academic courses, including a Master of Professional Study, a Master of Art in Religious Education, a Master of Art in Pastoral Care and Counseling, and a Master of Art in Religious Leadership and Administration, and a Master of Art in Youth Ministry. The seminary is often cited as a model for institutions around the world seeking to address the educational needs of those living in urban centers and facing challenges of contemporary global economic issues. Now therefore be resolved that I, George Platt, the Mayor of the City of Vicksburg, on behalf of the Honorable Michael Mayfield, North Ward Alderman, and the Honorable Willis Thompson, South Ward Alderman, do hereby honor the New York Theological Seminary for their mission of teaching the gospel of Christ and for endeavoring into the paradox of civil rights and Southern religion as they journey through this country. In official recognition where I hereby affix my signature and official seal of the City of Vicksburg on this 8th day of April in the year of our Lord 2000. George Platt, Mayor of the City of Vicksburg. Yay!
Highway between Selma and Montgomery. People gave a little blood on that bridge to open up the democratic process.
The freedom we won here at Selma was purchased with the precious blood of martyrs.
Medgar was killed in his driveway in 1963 while his family waited inside.
The right to vote preserves all other rights.
See the three who were killed in Philadelphia, Mississippi.
America's democracy was not born July 4th, 1776.
James Reed. Reverend Reed was attacked here in Selma.
American democracy was born in Selma
Jimmy Lee Jackson.
in 1965.
Lola Laozo, Detroit housewife, mother of five.
Didn't just give up their lives were taken.
People died that you could have this right.
This right to vote is the basic right, without which all others are meaningless.
These people made sacrifices beyond belief, and they continue to make sacrifices. There's no way I can vote.
We have a responsibility. You have a responsibility to make the world better than what you found it. Not as you found it, but better.
Everything that we did 40 years ago is in your hands now. You got to make sure it happens.
Each generation must find a way to be committed to this concept, to this idea of freedom.
You know, you may be holding the rock that Hosea Williams stood on that day. That they led us right through there the way you came, to that bridge to be beat.
If we had not came,
enjoy some of our highlights from the Going Home trip on the behalf of New York Theological Seminary and the Micah DMIN program. God bless you, and may heaven smile upon you. Peace and progress.